Hello, it's Fellonius, the old yapper. And, let's talk about the 7 sins. And when I say the 7 sins, I suspect that everyone else is calling it the 7 deadly sins or the 7 mortal sins. It's the Catholics' sort of guideline that they made up. And it's not from the Bible. I've checked that one. They are not written in the Bible as such as laws like the commandments. They are just things that it feels like someone has told someone else that this is not good. This is things we should avoid. There was I think it was a Catholic monk or something like that wrote down this, and they became very popular. Yes, indeed. People like these ones. And yeah, that's true, because people like guidelines. Still, most people like it because they can build some books or movies or anything about it. The 7 ones are also some other part of another thinking, the good stuff, but we're not going through the deeds. The sins that I have checked are pride, envy, gluttony, lust, anger or wrath, greed and sloth. And there was actually, I think it was back in 2005, someone in the Catholic Church that was actually thinking about, are these actually valid today? I mean, and I think it's good to agree on them. Now, some of us just live our lives not even thinking about these things. But if it comes to anything, one of them is actually one of my downfalls. But let's start from the beginning. Pride. Now, I suspect it's self-pride. If you're blowing your own horn too much, anything below that should probably be okay. I mean, let's face it, I just made my first painting in my life. It was a Spitfire against a sky with some bad stuff underneath, and I had a vision of that, and it became better than I thought it should be. And that made me, I was proud of that painting, and I'm still is. Now, is that actually a sin, being proud of what I have accomplished? I mean, somewhere on the line of becoming a better person or anything like that, that should be okay to be proud of, unless, of course, you're trying to make it bad because for other people. So pride is not a big problem. I don't think so. And in this selfish times, well, probably not. Envy. I feel envy, but envy always makes me think that, that could be a goal. I mean, it started, let's take one of the obvious ones. A colleague of mine went to the States, talked about how cheap it was to live there. He was in Florida. He even rented a car, and I was really envious of him. But in the same time, I was glad that he went, because he showed me that it is possible, even for a bus driver, to just take a trip to the States. So that made me think, that's a goal. Tram. I don't know if you have much trams. Well, San Francisco does. But I was actually going on a tram, and that made me think, I was envious of the young guy. He wasn't even born when the last trams disappeared. But he was able to drive that one, and I thought, that could be a dream. That could be a thing, a goal. We have been talking about goals before, haven't we? So I'm trying to turn the envy stuff into something that makes me feel better. Gluttony. That's my biggest problem. Yes, I can't stop. I can't just stop. If I got something that I like, and it is not only food, it's everything. As soon as I like something, I go over the top. Always. It's Minecraft, coffee. You can name anything that I overuse, I would say. And that's, well, is it a sin? It's just bad character, I suspect. Lust, well, thank goodness. I'm one of those guys who doesn't know the meaning of word lust, or at least too much of it. I'm now going through the ages and don't have to be bothered with it anymore. Anger, however. I do have had some bad feelings now and then, but anger to me is always connected to when I don't get, well, when I'm not treated right, when it's not fair. And I don't like unfairness at all. We should be some sort of, well, all should have the same chance at least. But then whenever I've been treating unfair, I always get angry. Not that angry, not now anymore. It takes too much energy, doesn't it? Yeah. Greed, I don't know anything about greed. Not much. I can't even remember that I've met any really greedy people. I just avoid them. Yesterday I was down giving my friends some things to use to clean the white windshield of their cars. I just gave it away because, well, I had too many of them. I bought 12 and I can't use 12 at a time. I can only use 1/3 of a time. Yeah. And sloth, I don't know what sloth is. Is it laziness? Well, I am lazy, but I'm not really that lazy. I get things done, like the yapping. But the main things about these 7 sins is, how sinful are they nowadays? Are we really... I mean, must be other things that we do in life and to each other that is worse than gluttony and anger. I mean, people are killing each other with all types of reasons. And that should be worse somehow. Or am I totally wrong here? Or should I just keep it within the religious things? But I don't think this is a total religious thought. I think the 7 sins should actually be within our normal life without having it being super religious or something like that. Perhaps I'm wrong there as well. Well, it is on my path of becoming a better person, so there we are. Thanks for listening. Bye.